National Football League. And we'll see the Bills' superstar wide receiver. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Bills and the Ravens, just ahead on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we've got a real clash of styles about set to unfold before us in this one, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, one sideline, you're looking at the #1 rushing offense in the league, and right across from them, you're looking at the #1 passing offense in the league. So how does that relate to this one? Both defenses have tough tasks. One of them got to stop the run. The other one, they're going to be racing around trying to fill up the passing lanes. Let's see if either one can get an advantage.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. On play action, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Samuels finding space at the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. 15 yards there on the catch and run. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Samuels is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Throwing is Jackson. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to it all loose.
Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. We'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 66 yards.
It's been a strong season for him thus far, sitting currently 7th in the NFL in rushing. He gives their offense really good flexibility because if he's gashing a defense, they can ride him to an early lead. But the defense sells out to stop him, that opens up their passing game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Allen going to throw. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get him down up past the 15. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Here's Samuels again, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
I love the fact that HelloFresh is always sending this.
Jackson batted at the line, but he still brought it in. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, just say thank you, Mr. QB. That ball gets tipped in the air, and they come out with a first down.
You said it before, sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, but what you have to do as a defender, that ball's in the air, you got to go up and get it, and at worst, knock it to the ground.
Straight ahead running, here's Samuels. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. This defense for the Bills, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off now to Samuels. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen, and we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it. But this one winds up no good.
And here come the Bills. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 49 yards. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Seven, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards to pick up there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On the handoff, it's Samuels. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run again with Samuels on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this one is incomplete. Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen going to keep it again. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 14 yards that time. First down on the kick. He's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. It worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Singletary again. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Things considered a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. From the 44, Jackson looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
They take a shot downfield there, but it lines up falling incomplete. To throw again on second down. Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Allen. Caught out left side by Robinson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
receiver took us a point there? Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll have this past the 30. That's number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's the option, running right, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Jackson going to hold on to it again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just shy of midfield, Jackson, he finds his man, complete. That's Andrews. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Jackson on first down. His throw incomplete. coming up at halftime. I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here's Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Allen's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
This will be caught downfield by Gage.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Pryor has it complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coach.